Hi, I am Dr. Veerendra. In today's FBLI session, we will discuss about safe gymming practices and fitness routines for a healthy lifestyle. Let us understand there are 5 most important factors which are really important for a healthy lifestyle. One is avoiding smoking, avoiding alcohol, maintaining an appropriate body weight, healthy diet and adequate amount of physical activity. Let us discuss all these 5 factors which are very important for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Why do you think healthy lifestyle is very important? A healthy lifestyle is very important specifically in your midlife because that would avoid a lot of chronic diseases like diabetes, myocardial infarction, hypertension, obesity, and it would also reduce a risk of cancerous diseases. So let us discuss all of these 5 important factors in this session today. The first thing is avoiding smoking. It is very important to avoid smoking and avoiding alcohol intake. This is very much established in literature that smoking and alcohol is very much injurious to your health. The other 3 important factors we will discuss in detail. One is the body weight, second is the physical fitness, third thing is your diet. Coming to your body weight, maintaining an appropriate body weight is very important. A good tool to keep track of your body weight is your BMI, the body mass index. It is very easy to calculate from any BMI calculator on your Google. A normal BMI should vary between 18 to 25. If your BMI is more than 25, you are obese. If it is more than 30, you are morbidly obese. How is it going to affect your joints? There is a direct correlation between your body weight and your knee pain. The normal pressures in your joint are almost about 1.5 times of your body weight if you are standing or walking. It will be almost about 3 times of your body weight if you are taking a stair, and this would go up to 4 to 6 times of your body weight if you are running, jogging or getting up from a sitting position or squatting position. So maintaining appropriate BMI is very important. Apart from this, it is your physical activity. A good physical activity is very important for your healthy lifestyle. Normally we recommend about a moderate to vigorous physical activity. When we say moderate physical activity, it should be about 150 minutes of moderate physical activity per week. What do you mean by moderately vigorous physical activity? It is calculated by subtracting measuring your heart rate. You subtract your age from 220, that would give you the maximum heart rate which can be attained in your physical activity. If you are able to reach at least 65 to 75% of the maximum recommended heart rate in your physical activity, that we call it as a moderately vigorous physical activity. You should do this kind of moderate physical activity and in an episodes of 10 minutes for about 30 minutes in a day and at least 5 days a week. That would amount about 150 minutes of moderate physical activity, which is recommended by the American Heart Association. That is recommended for your good cardiac health. So if you are trying to do a very vigorous and intense activity, your heart rate can reach up to about 75 to 85 to 90% of the maximum recommended for your age. So always keep a track of your heart rate. Whenever you feel that you are not able to reach, go slow and gradually. This kind of physical activity can be divided into 3 forms. One is strength building physical activity, another is a stretchability exercise, third thing is stamina building. A strength building activity could be weightlifting exercises, which you could do by lifting weights in a gym, or it could be resistance band exercises, or doing floor exercise with your own body weight as a resistance. The stretchability exercises could be your yoga. Stamina building exercises could be running, jogging, cycling, cross trainer, swimming. All of this will improve your cardiorespiratory activity. You should always mix all 3 forms of physical activities in your daily routines. At least about 2 days of strength training is required in a week, about 2 days of stretchability and 2 days of stamina exercises. One important thing which you should always understand is adequate warm up before indulging in any kind of physical activity. Warm up is done by a dynamic stretching of the body, dynamic stretching of all of your joints. This would be done before any kind of physical activity. Post physical activity or post training, you are supposed to do a cool down, which will involve a static stretching, where you are stretching the muscle and holding it for about 15 to 20 seconds, so that you maintain the length of that muscle. That will help in releasing the contractures. It will help in washing out all the metabolites in your muscles. This should be a daily routine, a proper warm up, a good training followed by a cool down. You tend to develop certain injuries. Whenever you have an injury in your physical activity, it is very important that you give rest to that particular part. Use ice packs, use anti-inflammatory medicines for a period of 5 to 7 days. If it is not settling down, visit an orthopedic surgeon. Another important thing one should understand is, if you are indulging in any kind of physical activity and rest of the day if you are not moving out from your position, for example, if you are having a desk job and you are continuously sitting in one position, your sedentary lifestyle has an independent risk factor for your chronic diseases irrespective of your physical training. So, if you are leading a very sedentary lifestyle, it is very important you bring modifications in that as well. You are not supposed to sit in one particular posture for more than 20 to 25 minutes. You are supposed to break the posture, move your muscles, move your joints, stretch them. You can do a simple stretching at your desk itself, like a simple desk yoga, stretching all your joints, neck, lower trunk, your arms and your back. That would be very useful routine for you. Another important thing one usually worries about is developing a sudden cardiac arrest or sudden myocardial infarction in young adults who have started gymming. So, one thing one should understand that it is not because of sudden starting of your physical activity. Most of the people who develop sudden myocardial infarction or cardiac attacks during gymming is not because of their gymming activity. It is usually associated with their comorbid conditions. So, they are either they are obese patients, or they are having hypertension or obesity, other associated risk factors. They are not used to do any kind of physical training, and suddenly they start aggressive physical training where they are overloading their heart and might develop a sudden cardiac arrest. Or even in regular athletes, if they are doing heavy training at a short span of time, they might develop. So, it is very, very important to understand that you will have to judge yourself if you are overdoing it. One more important thing one should understand in healthy lifestyles is maintaining a very good diet. Try to avoid high calorie diet, try to avoid sugars, packaged foods, try to include about 32% of fibers in your diet in every meal, try to restrict unnecessary snacking, keep a good check on the quality of the food, quantity of the food and timing of the food. Try to keep your meals 2 or 3 meals a day, and in between the meals do not snack. If you want to lose weight quickly, you can try a vegan diet, which is going to be very useful, where you avoid all kinds of animal sources, and a regular fitness routine along with this diet will make you help in reducing the weight. We will take a few questions. So, you can develop any routine, it could be a morning routine or an evening routine. What is very important is you try to keep your stomach empty. Ideal thing is, if you have taken any solids, it is about 4 hours away from your food. If it is liquids, at least about 2 hours. So, keeping your stomach empty before exercising is the criteria. You can do it either in the morning or in the evening. Resistance bands are definitely effective. It is a very simple tool to carry along with you wherever you do. So, any kind of exercise which you do, it should be a simple exercise. You should be able to do wherever you go. It should not be that suddenly there is no gym and you are not able to do. So, wherever you do not find a gym, you can carry the simple resistance bands to do your workouts. The common exercises which are useful for strengthening your core is, you can do a simple plank, you can do a simple Surya Namaskar on a daily basis, a Bhujangasana. These are some core exercises. You should always learn it from a trainer rather than taking it from a simple answer. Yes, exercises are very important to reduce the risk of chronic diseases. In fact, a lot of study has been established that your exercises can in fact help in reducing your blood sugars, reducing in your hypertension. So definitely it is going to be useful in preventing. So here are the few tips which you should practice to prevent injuries when you work out. One thing is, after every session of workout, you do a static stretching where your muscle tends to go into a contraction. Try and stretch them statically, hold for about 15-20 seconds and then relax. Do it for all the joints which you have exercised so that there is a thorough cool down. And another important thing is, before you start any workout, do a thorough warm up. Warm up is always by dynamic stretching of all the joints, increasing the mobility and increasing the mobility of the muscle and the joint. That would prevent your workout injuries. And if you have even a small sprain of your joint, give adequate rest for that particular joint, which could be about 5 to 7 days. Ice it, use anti-inflammatory medications, and if you do not find any improvement post about 1 to 2 weeks, it is better you consult a medical professional. So prevention of muscle soreness after workout is mainly by thorough stretching. The proper cooling down and adequate hydration is the solution, and you should be having good amount of antioxidants in your food, which is increasing your dietary content with lot of fresh leafy vegetables and fruits. Gym workouts, as I told you, your training, your target should be at least about 150 minutes per week. You can split it at about 30 minutes a day. You do each episode of 10-minute intense training, give a gap of about 5 minutes. So that would amount about 30 minutes per day, 5 days a week, which is about 150 minutes. This is the minimum recommended. Yeah, gym workouts, if you have any pre-existing medical condition, first thing is always consult your medical professional. It depends upon what condition you have. It could, if it is anything related to your cardiac or lung, you always take opinion from your pulmonologist or a cardiologist. If it is a chronic disease like diabetes or hypertension, and if you are not used to any kind of workout, it is better you start very slow. Do not go aggressive. Slowly increase it over a period of 3 to 6 months. Do not aggressively do it. First thing is, you should address your body weight, slowly do warm up, cool down. It should be methodically done and should not be in haste. Exercises will definitely reduce the risk of fractures, specifically in elderly, because the movement of your body is largely controlled by your muscles. If you have strong muscles, you have very controlled movement, so the risk of injuries will definitely go down. Exercises will definitely help in preventing osteoporosis, because once you start exercises and start doing weight training, the amount of pressure in your bone gets more, and your body tends to build up the bone strength as well. So definitely your exercises is the single most important factor in preventing osteoporosis. Yes, individuals with joint problems and arthritis will definitely benefit from exercises, because that will always keep your joint mobility and improve the strength of your muscles. Your movements in the joints are largely controlled by the muscles surrounding it, so keeping a strong muscle will definitely help. As I told you, the amount of physical activity should be about 150 minutes of moderately vigorous activity. If it is going to be a very intense vigorous activity, it could be about 75 minutes per week as well. One important thing is, you should cultivate healthy habits in a systematic manner. Whenever you want to add up any healthy routine, your body will give a significant amount of resistance. So you want to add up any new habit as a routine for your body. You try to build it up, you attach it to a pre-existing habit. For example, you want to start up doing a simple squat, you add it to a pre-existing habit. Like every day before going to shower, you say, I will do at least about 10 to 15 sets of squats and then take a shower. So you should always attach your new habit to a pre-existing habit, so that your body will start doing it, and you always start slow but do it regularly for at least about 45 days to 3 months. Post that, once your body understands and gets the benefit of these exercises, even if you skip the routine for about a week or something, your body would ask for it. A simple example is, as a kid, you had a significant resistance for brushing, but today if somebody asks you to stop brushing, you would not agree. The very simple act of brushing, you know the benefits of doing it. It is as simple as that. Any kind of physical activity should be like that. You do it on a regular basis. Whatever you do it for is only for today. Tomorrow again there should be a fresh. So you brush every day. All these years you have brushed doesn't mean that you can stop brushing from tomorrow. So even for the physical activity, you do it on a daily basis and regularly. Thank you very much. If you have any questions regarding this, you can add it in the comment section. Thank you for joining.